Всем привет, меня зовут Валерия, вы на канале Наливайка. Продолжаем проходить Хогвартс. Наследие. Так, мы закончили на том, что вернулись в Хогвартс. Так, сейчас будем... Ой, блин, да не далеко же. Так, это у нас сюда. Что нам скажет Себастьян? Интересно. А что он нам может сказать? Опять будем пытаться лечить Анну? Сомневаюсь. Так, это вниз. Вниз, давай. Я уже не знаю, каким способом он там ее лечить собрался. Книга вроде уничтожена. Так же, как и все остальное. Ладно, будем смотреть. Он один? А, нет.
She's devastated. She just buried your uncle alone.
I did it for her.
Sebastian, Anne can't bear the thought of turning you in, but...
What? Turn me in? She saw what happened.
I'll give you some time to think, Sebastian.
Turn me in?
Sebastian.
Did you hear that? You saw what happened. I never wanted to hurt my uncle.
I know.
I can't believe he's gone. How did things go so wrong? I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to... Oh, Anne, I was only trying to help. I can't leave now. Anne needs me more than ever. You understand. You can talk to Ominous. Make him understand. He listens to you. I need to be with Anne.
Чё-то я не знаю.
I don't know what to do, Sebastian.
You don't know. You do know. Anne has no one. I regret everything I did. I know what I did was wrong. I only hope she can forgive me. That everyone can forgive me. No matter what happens from here, I'm glad we met.
Poor Sebastian.
Нормально. С одним поговори, с другим поговори. Вы сами друг с другом поговорить не можете нормально?
Ominous.
What a mess. I can't believe it. After I last saw you, I went straight to Hogwarts. Before I had time to talk to Black, I heard from Anne. I rushed to Feldcroft and found her with Solomon's body. She was beside herself with grief. Part of her wants Sebastian to face the consequences, another part can't bear the thought of it. I don't want to lose Sebastian, but I don't think we have a choice.
И вот очень сложный выбор. Но за свои поступки надо отвечать.
We don't have a choice. You're right. You were right the entire time.
I wish I hadn't been. If we do this, we may never see Sebastian again.
I realize that, but it's the right thing to do. He killed his uncle. We've tried to justify his actions every step of the way, but this has gone too far. It has to stop.
Very well. Leave it to me. I'll tell the headmaster. Farewell for now. I shall be in touch. Whatever lies ahead, we must face it together. That I know.
Ты как скажешь. И чего дальше? А дальше непонятно чего. Тишина. Ладно. Выйдем, зайдем там. У нас еще какое-то задание было. Не уверена, что мы сегодня доберемся до основного. Ну, сейчас разберемся. Так, что у нас там? Так, основа для шантажа. Поговорите с Натти за пределами Хогсмита. Ладно, раз тут пока тишина. Так, давай сюда. Посмотрим, что она там придумала. Я уже забыла, что мы там с ней делали. Так, это нам туда. Полетели.
Who lived here, I wonder?
Не знаю, кто там жил. Да и зачем тебе это знать? Жили и жили. Так.
I should dismount here.
Конечно, пешком. Мы еще и подождем.
I think I know where we can find Doran. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest and we can tell him about the symbol the Mooncalves made.
Ну теперь уже подожди. У нас тут другое дело.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Ну, спасибо. Донимать жителей.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
Very well. I'll speak with them. See what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them.
Угу.
Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Да-да-да. Так, чё, куда, зачем? Так. Давай сюда. Нет, не то. Так, давайте нам карту. Так, в 3 разных местах. Почему недоступно? Не поняла. Типа добеги так? Что за фокусы? А, ну да. Я уже тут. Ладно. Сойдет и так тогда. Не люблю я здесь бегать. Опять же. Но раз выбора у нас нет, придется потерпеть. Так, или нам наверх? Ну что стоим? Бежим.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Да-да-да, наверху она. О, как все просила.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Так, миссис Ботлингс, мы надеемся, что вы пересмотрите свое решение касательно материальной помощи. Вам дали достаточно времени, но наше терпение не безгранично. Ваш муж наверняка хочет, чтобы вы поняли всю ценность нашего сотрудничества. Готовы ли вы ответить до конца недели? Этот разговор должен оставаться между нами.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
Так, это не проблема. Тут где-то выход был. Видимо, выше. Ну ладно. Мы уже внизу. Что там дальше? Сюда.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Someone tampered with the statue. It looks different.
Так. А он у нас кто? С той стороны, что ли? Там кто-то стоял, помню. Блин. Плутай теперь тут. Ладно. А тут что?
Please tell me you didn't take it, but perhaps it's been here all along.
Ты что-то потерял?
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I would like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man, but when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping, and I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note that might help me to identify it should I come across it?
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
Так, это нам... Как лучше-то? Добежать до поаккуратнее, а то сейчас как рванет. Ну тут недалеко. Ой-ой-ой. Тише, тише. Что происходит? Я говорю, в этом городе непонятно, что происходит. Все глючит. Через раз.
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Ага, здрасте.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again. But do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Так, хорошо. Давайте разыщем Натти. Дальше, надеюсь, без нас обойдутся. Пусть местные власти заботятся этим вопросом. А мы будем заниматься своими делами. Надеюсь. Что так далеко? Не могла поближе видеть.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Что издеваетесь? Туда-сюда бегай. Так, а путь покороче есть? Да хотя бы огородами. Так, ну-ка, зароди. Так.
Natty must be around here somewhere.
Это не она? В смысле палочка?
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Прекрасно. Еще лучше. Так, следы, допустим, вижу. И куда они ведут? Что тут происходит? Господа хорошие.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Так. Нет. Это идет куда-то дальше. Подождите. Я все понимаю. Мы сделаем вот так.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Пойдем найдем.
Footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward.
Опять катакомбы. Всякая разница.
A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Так, найти книгу стихов, это не обязательно. Найдите любовное письмо, тоже не обязательно, но мы, наверное, сделаем.
Revelio.
Так, кто-то там разговоры ведет.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
Серьезно? Ну ладно. Не увидели, так не увидели. А хотя да, рановато. Сейчас пока все соберем. Туда? Мы пойдем туда. Так. Чё-то как-то... Чё-то темно. Блин. Как бы нам на ту сторону перебраться-то? Наверху никакой дороги нет?
There must be some students at Hogwarts that we could recruit.
Так. А тут больше дороги нет никакой. Или какая-то все-таки была? Так, ты чё? Нет другого пути. Тогда идем сюда. Ну, погнали.
Extorting desperate gits suits me just fine.
Нифига. На него, конечно, зря. Ну ладно. Так. Ой.
An aversion to the dark arts merely highlights an immaturity of thinking in my mind.
Так, мне бы...
What was that sound?
I think I won't remember your face.
Исчезнем. Так, господа, вы мне тут мешаете, вы в курсе? Ты где там? Хорошо. Раз по-другому никак. О, новый уровень. Замечательно. Так, ну тут я теперь забираю все. Сколько всего? Что вообще еще есть? Так, сундук какой-то. Ой, это то самое письмо.
Book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Да не то слово. Так. Хорошо. Кто-то еще пожаловал? Ух ты, ё-моё. Это что такое? Что за погрузки? Ну что есть? Сундук я не заметила. Хорошая маскировка. Так. Там все. А, ну да, там еще кто-то есть. Сейчас, подождите. О. Тоже какие-то загадки. Ладно. Это все потом. А есть еще какие-то? Тихо там. Секретики. Что это? А, вот.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it.
И как мы его должны уничтожить? Так, тут все, там что-то есть. Столько всего понакидано. О, пока все соберешь. Где оно? Так. А поверху типа никак. Подожди. Какой сундучок хороший. Так, какой-то предмет для головы, но это ладно. Это все потом. Что у нас тут? Так, так, там что-то есть, надо его, кстати говоря, прибить. Так, хорошо. Дальше. Но тут мы были, не были, не знаю. Зачем нам сюда? О, что это? Шарф. Так, что такое? Что-то все там прогружается. Ну, почти попало.
Natty must be here somewhere.
Так, ну теперь осталось только Натти найти. А вот и она.
I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rabe.
Revelio.
He will tell you what you need to do.
Это все, конечно, замечательно.
Over here. Ready to help.
Да сейчас, подожди. Дай все собрать. На халяву что лежит. Так, это не ты? Ну, говори.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand. It must be blocked by something.
Ну, даже не знаю. Где-то здесь должна быть. Как интересно.
Mr. Abe's wand could be in there.
My wand is somewhere in this room. I can tell.
Ну вот и она. Я так понимаю. Стоять. Хорошо.
If Natty couldn't summon Mr. Abe's wand from her cell, it must be Mr. Abe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back.
Это не то слово. Так.
Mr. Abe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Так, отходим. Вы кто такие?
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
В смысле, приготовься к бою. Ладно, погнали. Найдите выход. Выход я знаю где. Теперь нам до него добраться. А это будет сложно. Видимо. Сейчас как появится. Идешь? Идешь. Да. Отлично. Чуть никто не появляется. Мы так свободно уйдем.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Да как скажешь. А где нам ее искать? А, понятно. Уже нашли. Как быстро.
Natsi Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe.
Гроза троллей.
Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, they've also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, Please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Yes, officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me now. Natsi, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Угу. Не за что. Так. И снова тишина. А, точно. Погнали. Тем более тут рядышком. Почти. Сейчас посмотрим, что нам кентавры скажут. Точнее, кентавры. Один. Все остальные что-то нас пытаются убить. Опять? Что там опять?
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon, after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent match. Wish me luck.
Угу. Удачи. А зачем нам надо было это знать? Видимо, просто так. Приветики.
And you say they made it after you placed the moonstone?
Do you know why or what it means? Does it have to do with the Snidgets?
The breadth of one's knowledge can be as wide as the seas, and yet only run so deep.
Однако.
It's good to see you again, Doran. Did Poppy tell you about everything that's happened?
She did, and I am glad to see that you are both safely returned. I did question the wisdom of sending you on a path at a time when that path was unknown at best, deadly at worst. But the acumen of the centaurs is neither personal nor partial. The skies tell us what is to come, and often we do not know what we have seen until it has come to pass.
You knew the poachers would try to kill Poppy and me.
I did not know, my young friend, but I shall say that I was not surprised. It was in much the same manner that I expected our first meeting.
I don't suppose you'd like to start from the beginning. I think Poppy and I could use that.
Of course. I find it is often the best place to start, is it not? Many, many moons ago, I divined a series of events. Their meaning long evaded me, until you brought news of the Snidgets and their poacher pursuers. I believe the symbol created by the Mooncalves dance marks the place the Snidgets are hidden. And serendipitously, I believe that I know the very place.
Please, go on.
I have seen that symbol only once, on a rock face in the cliffs of the forest. You should make haste there. The Snidgets that have been kept there for so many years may no longer be safe.
В смысле представлять опасность? Что с ними не так?
What makes you so sure the symbol is where the Snidgets are?
I do not know. It is what I have read in the stars. Fortunes play out as they are intended. I am merely a messenger. I shall say that fortune favors us today. That you would show me a symbol whose provenance I recognize is not coincidence, but fate.
You said you divined a series of events before our paths crossed. What were they?
I saw the arrival of a stranger, the threat of an enemy, and the return of an old friend. I believe now that you are the strangers, the poachers are the enemy, and the old friends are the Snidgets. I also saw two places tied to these events. The cave with the moonstone, and the henge. The latter was bathed in moonlight.
If you're right about this place, then we should make our way there.
I shall see you there. We cannot afford to lose the Snidgets once again.
Не допустим. Так и что дальше-то? Куда нам?
Revelio.
Ау. А вот здесь тишина. О, кстати. Давайте талант прокачаем. А что будем прокачивать? Так. Так. Да? Ну, не знаю. Давайте прокачаем. Какая разница? Мастерство владения Левиоса. Интересно, мы выучим Авада Кедавр или нет? Или уже все? Типа надо было учить тогда, когда давали? Так. Что за звуки? Глацус. Ну давайте. Где это? О. Нормально. Далековато, но ничего. Так. Пролетим. Так, дерево только не надо летать. Тише. Так, вы меня не видели. Я вас тоже. Ну. Надеюсь, днем будет. Ага, сейчас, конечно.
I got here as soon as I could.
Did you see the symbol above the entrance? It's the one the mooncalves made at the henge. Of course Doran implied as much, but to see it up there...
Could this actually be where the Snidgets are hidden?
Let's find out. Doran's waiting for us just up ahead.
I'm ready if you are.
Can you believe it? Actual Snidgets. I'm glad we seem to be a step ahead of the poachers.
It is a little strange we haven't heard anything from them.
If we're lucky, they're still poring over Gran's research. There was a fair amount. We, on the other hand, had Doran to guide us. Even if the poachers do somehow stumble upon this place, we shall be long gone.
Ой, я, кажется, знаю, куда мы. Сейчас очередную загадку разгадывать. Да. О, приветики.
Greetings.
I hope we haven't kept you waiting long, Doran.
Not at all. Then again, it is not I who awaits your arrival. Do you have the Moonstone with you?
We do.
Good. It is as important to what happens next as both of you are.
So, what does happen next? What are these pillars here?
A safeguard, I suspect. There is only one way to find out. And as for how to go about that, the two of you may know better than anyone.
Так, ну мы-то подозреваем, это все, конечно, замечательно. Только там паучки нам мешаются. Ой-ой-ой. Так, тише ты, тише. Ну ты зараза. Так, уйди, пожалуйста. Все? Ага, все. Ой, гадость какая. И что теперь? Да чтоб тебя, не пищи там. Так. Сюда иди. И далеко его тянуть. Подожди. Да не то. Так. Они мне конкретно мешают. Это у нас что? Так, есть какая-нибудь подсказка? Символ или еще что-нибудь в этом роде? Да блин. Вы надоели. Отойди. Блин. Так, меня, кажется, траванули. Так. Так, солнышко. Нам нужно солнышко. Это оно? Это оно. Сюда иди. Так, солнышко и чё? И ключик. Ключик. Так, ты сюда иди. Как-то так. Или наоборот. Да нет. Все должно... Блин. Все должно быть так. Наверное. Так, думаем. Из этого всего должно получиться... Ну... Так. Ключик. Ключик у нас еще тут есть. Ну-ка попробуем. Так, сюда иди. Так. Что у нас там выходит? Так, а солнышко у нас одно? Так, да, солнышко у нас одно. А потому... Да блин. Достали. Так, солнышко у нас одно, значит тут все правильно стоит. Подожди. Это что такое? Что такое? Непонятно. Так, время перекура. Так, с загадкой пока не знаю, что делать. И так уже крутила и вертела и всяк. Вроде все похоже, но не знаю. С ней закончим уже в следующей серии тогда. Ставьте лайки, комментируйте, подписывайтесь на канал. Всем спасибо. Пока-пока.